Kawasaki Ninja 650 is one motorcycle that has always brought the big bike experience in an unintimidating package. And after many years, it has received a major upgrade. Abhinav uses his 2017 Ninja 650 mostly for touring and joins us today to share his ownership experience. Hi Abhinav, welcome to the show.
Hello.
So the Ninja 650 is one of the top selling 600cc motorcycles in India, and you own the heavily updated 2017 version. So what made you choose this bike and how has your experience been with it so far?
Hi Swati, first of all thanks for having me here. It's nice to be in the company of people who know about motorcycles. So I started riding bike when I was 13, and that time I started riding on my dad's Vespa, and that time I got hands on my friend's RX100. His dad owned a RX100. So fortunately enough, I had ridden that after a year. After a year I started riding. So the first time I ride that bike, I decided that I too want to own a motorcycle one day. So that was the point of deciding factor that yeah, I want a motorcycle too. That time I didn't know anything about bikes. No power, no displacement, nothing. But just the look and feel of it, that gave me happiness. So after doing that, when I entered my college, so that was the first time I owned my first motorcycle. So that was a Bajaj Pulsar. I ridden that for 3 years and was happy with it, but then I felt the need to upgrade. So I got a CBR 150. And that was the time when I explored my riding capabilities. I rode that bike for around 3 years. I got that in 2011. And in 2014, I decided again that I should upgrade the bike because you know that need, that thrill. So what I wanted was a Duke 390 at the first place. But then I decided no, the vibrations and all, so I want a double cylinder. So after taking that decision that I need a double cylinder, I went on to Ninja 300. But again, I compared Ninja 300 and Ninja 650, and the price difference they had and price to things they had offered. The Ninja 650, the things it offered in that amount of price was spectacular. So I locked down on Ninja 650. Maybe I started saving for it. I decided no, I'll save for it like 3 years, but I want a 650. So I just started saving for it like in 2014, and when in 2016 I decided to get the Ninja 2016 version, I got the news they launched the 2017 version.
Right.
And my God, when I looked at the bike the first time, I thought that I'm gonna wait a little bit more. So that was the point which led me to the buying of Ninja 650, and that's how I decided that yeah, this is the bike I should go for.
Now the Ninja 650 is a machine that combines Kawasaki's sporty heritage with everyday usability. So how has your experience been with it in real life conditions?
Yeah, the experience with this bike so far has been great, Swati. I have done around 3,000 to 3,500 kilometers in this, and I love it on the highway, on the city, everywhere. So the best thing I like about this bike is the power distribution. The power distribution is so linear, so progressive that at third, fourth gear in 3,000, 4,000 RPM, I'm easily able to cruise in city. And then you have all the power available at 4,000, above 4,000 RPM. When you hit the highway, you just have to pull the throttle and the bike takes off like a missile. And with that, the added slipper clutch also. The slipper clutch, the unwanted jerk, which is not wanted when you do aggressive shifting, downshifting. So that slipper clutch helps you that posing of the jerk and not giving that jerk. But when aggressive riding is so good on this bike. It's so nimble, so sharp. I can just couch on this bike and go off like a missile, and I feel happy about it. That's the thing. But talking about aggressive riding, the tires and the suspensions. So these two things which I don't like about that. The tires are good. I mean, for highway cruising and for city, it's very good. But since I have not taken it to the track, I can't comment on that. But fewer times when I was trying aggressive cornering and all, so that time the tire slipped on me. So that's when I thought maybe it's not up to the mark for the track. For the highway and all, it's very good, no doubt, it's very, very good. And the suspension, one thing is very soft. I mean, little bit too soft. When I ride the bike, you start to wobble up and down. So for highway, you feel like home. That okay, you are cruising around 130, 140 also, you cruise. But I am pretty sure that if you take it to the track, it won't keep up to the track. I mean, when you go for cornering and all, it starts wobbling. But one thing, the cornering for this bike is very good. Why? Because they have lowered this handlebar.
Right.
So what happens with the lower handlebar is you can easily get into the position while cornering, and then you can easily take off. So that thing, but it again has a downside. It again has a downside. With this lowered handlebar, they have also lowered the seat height and the foot peg.
Oh.
So what happened is the distance between this foot peg and seat height is very less. So me being a tall rider, I sit in a position where my leg starts cramping.
Oh.
And that too, they have lowered this also. So fewer times even back starts cramping. So that is a negative thing. The 2-3 negative things are there in this bike which I don't like. Apart from that, it's awesome. One is that the cramping problem. Due to that, yeah, the foot pegs have lowered. So they have also lowered the 130 mm ground clearance. So that's, I don't think it's enough for Indian road, because
Right.
within 1 month of my purchase, I got I was hitting every bumper on in Bangalore. And then I got a dent on the lower part of a bike, like 5 to 6 mm dent. Again, the better side is that now when I go to the breakers, it doesn't scrape over the breakers, it just passes on that breaker. So that part I like.
Now, the older 650s were known for their heavy front end and not so great braking. So, how has your experience been with it with the updated 650?
Yeah, so there's a lot of difference between the 2016 and 2017 version. First of all, they have added the ABS to it. So that's a very nice touch to it. You can stop at your will, whenever you want, wherever you want. You just need to hold the brake and you can stop at it. So I have did a aggressive braking also. So first you have a lower clip on, so that puts you in a better position for braking. And when you go into corner, then also the braking feel. You feel comfortable. The bike is a friend at corners. You don't feel that risk there. That yeah, even in the corners, even I have ridden it in the high range also.
Okay.
So that time also the ABS like worked smoothly, and they have used Nissan calipers, but they could have used Brembo. But at this price point, what they are offering, it's more what they can offer. Okay, so that's very good. So that's the thing, and yeah, the front end they have made sharp. So what good thing is that you can lean and you can get into good position. So that you can, in turning also, you can get onto, and that position is very good.
Well, lately we've been hearing a lot of negative reviews regarding the service and spares from Kawasaki. So, what's your take on it?
Yeah, you have heard it correctly, Swati. The maintenance schedule they have given is the first servicing after 1000 kilometers and then 6000 kilometers each. So I have completed like 3500 kilometers, so I got first servicing done. So the labor charge in that servicing was 3800, the spare part charge was 2400. The labor charge itself was 3800. So that was the thing which I was not looking for. I mean, that is pretty expensive. So when it has a tie-up with Bajaj and KTM, so they used to support servicing for Kawasaki Ninja. So that time the labor charge was around 2000, 2500. So the sudden increase in the labor charge, this is not what we were looking for, what we were expecting. So that is one thing, that is one downside of the servicing. Yeah, the servicing is good. The quality of servicing they do is good. And the chain lube and all you need to maintain in around 1000 kilometers. So that I do. Everyone can do pretty themselves. So that thing is there. And the mileage it is giving, yeah, 22.9 highway and some 17-18 in the city. So that's the mileage I'm getting. I mostly use it for highway rides only, because for city rides I use CBR 150. So I am getting an average of 23.2. But most of the people don't get it, because in city ride you will get like 15, 16. So that reduces the total average.
Yeah. Okay, so finally, do you suggest any changes or modifications to make the ownership experience and the bike any better?
Yeah, Swati, I don't think any modification is needed from company side. So what they can do is tweak a little bit of riding position, because you know the riding position in this they have made more aggressive. So the 2016 version had a more comfortable position. So in order to make it aggressive, they have lowered the height, and again, as I said earlier, so you have a cramping. Even for the pillion, it's little bit awkward position than the last version. So that's the one thing which they did not carry to the 2017 version. Apart from that, they improved everything. So the second thing is they could have improved the light. The lighting on this is not too good. I mean, it's bad for highway. You need an external lights. Either you need an external lights or you need to change the bulb. So that is one modification from the company which they could have done. And they could have improved the tire for the tracks. But these tires are very, very good for the highway. Suspension needs to be improved. Suspension is good, very good for highway. I mean, you will feel very comfortable on highway, but again on the track, it won't keep up. So that things, and even the monoshock, it has a adjustable rear monoshock. But for adjusting that, you need to open the panel and then you have to reach out to the monoshock. So that thing, the access to the adjustment is not good. So they could have given better, like Versys 650 has a better adjustment. Even Versys 650 has better adjustment for this one. So you can just open a nut and put it up and down. For this one, you need a Allen key. And the modifications which I did personally was I included the RAM mount, because you know you need to GPS while touring. There was a hole for the USB charger, so I put a USB charger. This comes with a Versys as well, so they have included this in Ninja 60. Earlier it was not there, so that thing is good. I have included screws for the paddock stand. So, and yeah, I'm planning to get frame sliders and all. So I'm waiting for it actually. I have ordered it from US, so I'm waiting for it till the time it comes. Apart from this, I don't think any modification is needed. And that apart from this, it's personal choice. You can go on modifying the bike till the time it fills with everything. So yeah, that's it.
Alright, Abhinav, thank you so much for being on the show. It was a pleasure having you here.
Thank you, Swati. So I would like to finish with a thing or two about my bike. So one thing I would like to say, what does it deserve the name Ninja? Because you know it's sweet sounding, it's soft riding. So yeah, for the highway it's very good, but that's a debatable question. You need does this deserve the name Ninja? Because you know Ninja is known for its aggressive riding, great sound. The sound is very sweet. I like the sound, but it's very sweet. So that is my take on the bike. And yeah, thanks a lot for having me here. Thank you.
So the 2017 Ninja 650 takes all the negatives of its previous versions and makes them its strong points. If you have any questions, do share them below. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button for all the latest reviews. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.